The road ahead for Josh Duggar in prison was never going to be smooth, but things appear to have taken a turn for the worst in recent months. In addition to Josh's financial woes, court documents obtained by the son revealed that his family has ceased funding his account, meaning he is unable to purchase goods from the jail shop. Is Michelle and Jim Bob no longer on board? A jury convicted Josh guilty of receiving and possessing child sexual assault material in December 2021, and he received a prison term of over 12 years. Since then, Josh has been attempting to overturn his conviction on multiple occasions. However, each time has been unsuccessful. In June 2024, he was denied his wish to have his case considered by the Supreme Court. He continued, though, and in the end, the court denied his request for counsel and his most recent appeals. Even as he defends himself in court, Josh is moving forward. Josh asserted in April records that were accessible to the son that he was completely bankrupt, owed only 2 cents, and had a meager 22 cents in his cell account. At this time, move-in does manual labor at a jail facility for free. Therefore, move-in is not required by law to report any income from employment, the paper said. At this time, move-in does not own any real estate or personal belongings. Josh occasionally receives money from family and friends, but has not during the reporting time for this request, as stated in the transcripts. He asserted that this meant he was entitled to relief from the court. I find it fascinating that the well has run dry. When did things change? Jim has it would appear that Bob and Michelle have always been really encouraging to Josh. It appears that Anna, Josh's wife, is not letting herself be poor while he is in prison. Madison and Mariella, 2 of her children, appeared in a video earlier this month to advertise the puppies for sale at Golden Grove Pups, her dog breeding business. For a long time, the public's perception of Josh Duggar, a former reality TV star and convicted sex offender, was divided. The conviction he received in 2021 for accusations involving child sexual assault footage caused his once prominent role on the popular TLC show 19 Kids and Counting to disintegrate. His 12-year prison term, subsequent conviction, and widespread public outcry brought the Duggar family's complicated influence, support structures, and familial dynamics into the spotlight. Josh Duggar's family allegedly ceased giving him money while he was serving his time in federal prison, which is one of the most recent discoveries about his case. When one considers the Duggar family's history of providing aid monetarily, providing emotional support, and portraying themselves in public as a tight-knit unit, this shocking confession naturally raises suspicions. An appreciation of the Duggar family's supportive past. It seemed like the Duggar family was rock solid for a long time. From the very beginning of 19 Kids and Counting, the Duggar family exemplified the ideals of a strong family, dedication to one another, and unconditional love. The media painted them as a devout, traditional family that put their faith first and expected their children to pitch in and support one another, flaws and all. But Josh Duggar's 2015 involvement in a controversy involving earlier accusations of sexual misconduct with his younger sisters utterly destroyed the Duggars' public image. Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar, Josh's parents, publicly defended him and assured him that the Duggar family will be there for him no matter what, despite the revelations. There was an implicit understanding that Josh's family would support him unconditionally, even after he was exposed for his acts. Years passed with this pattern persisting, even after Josh was convicted of receiving and possessing child sexual abuse material in 2021. His parents in particular kept their support public and seemed to be making an effort to present a unified front as they stood behind him. It appeared at the time that the Duggars would carry on their long history of family devotion by providing some kind of financial, emotional, or legal aid to Josh while he was in prison. Unbelievable receipt. But now that Josh Duggar has admitted that his family has stopped sending him money while he's in prison, things seem to be turning around. Given the long history of mutual support and encouragement within the Duggar family, especially towards Josh, this statement has caught many by surprise. He has not provided an exhaustive explanation for why this support has ceased, but the claim's impact is substantial. It has been widely publicized that Josh Duggar relies financially on his family. His parents' substantial financial support for his lifestyle was clearly on display during his years in the public eye. The Duggar family was ever present with financial support, whether it was for the production of his wedding to Anna Duggar, his real estate deals, or his legal battles. But this latest change shows a big rift in what many thought was an unbreakable tie of support. Disputes at home. What's really going on? Since Josh is currently serving time in prison, one would wonder why his parents, Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar, would cease sending him financial support. A number of hypotheses have been advanced to account for the change in Duggar behavior, the most plausible of which is that it is related to the family's long-simmering discord. The price of public inquiry. Since the controversy broke in 2015, the Duggar family has been under intense public scrutiny. They may have felt the effects of the constant media coverage of Josh's misdeeds, even though they have remained reasonably visible to the public. The Duggars may be trying to distance themselves from Josh's financial and legal problems in order to preserve what little respect they still have in the public eye. Other ways in which Josh has been cut off from family events and the limelight in recent years include his exclusion. One further thing to consider is Anna Duggar's stance on the subject. Even though Anna supported Josh during his legal fights, her own future and reputation are now entangled with Josh's conviction. Perhaps she is finding it difficult to provide for her family in light of the relentless media attention they endure, or perhaps her financial assistance is running dry. Anna and other family members may have decided to stop financially supporting Josh. A diversion from facilitating. Many have said that the Duggar family is facilitating Josh's behavior since they have always supported him, even when he has committed major crimes. They may be unwittingly shielding him from the full weight of his acts by continuing to provide him with financial aid. Josh may be being asked to face the harsh realities of his condition without financial support, which could mean he will have to depend on the jail system or his own resources. This could be the reasoning behind the decision to cease sending money. Another possible factor is the moral and religious convictions held by the Duggar family. Included in the family's rigorous understanding of Christianity are the ideas of accountability and repentance. The moral and spiritual guidance of Josh's family may include severing financial links if he has not adequately demonstrated regret or accepted responsibility for his acts. This may be especially true for his parents. Possible influencing factors in their choice include the notion that monetary assistance is contingent upon his personal development and atonement. The effects of Josh Duggar's money crisis. The news that Josh Duggar's family has cut off financial support has huge ramifications for him and how the public views the Duggars. Now that Josh no longer has the financial support system on which he has depended for so long, he must face the consequences of his actions, marking a major turning point in his journey. Josh already has a tough time navigating the prison system without the support of his family, and the lack of financial aid will only make things worse. This choice represents a change in strategy for the Duggar family in handling Josh's behavior and their reputation in the public eye. Despite their long-standing reputation for prioritizing family togetherness, their decision to radically separate from Josh implies that they are reevaluating their limits and their place in his life. We will have to wait and watch if this becomes a more permanent rift in the Duggar family.